This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 17 News at Noon. I'm Nicole Gitsky. Well, the country continues to mourn after another deadly mass shooting. The gunman opened fire in a San Jose rail yard yesterday, killing 9 people. Police say the accused shooter was also found dead. NBC's Miguel Almaguer has more.
The crime scene behind me is still being processed by investigators. They're looking for any new clues in this investigation. What they don't have is a motive. Why the gunman opened fire and killed 9 of his colleagues where he had worked at for more than a decade. Investigators believe that the gunman arrived here Wednesday morning with the intent to kill, moving between 2 buildings, gunning down as many people as he could before police, who had a substation and a headquarters just across the street, arrived on scene within seconds of the shooting.
They went into the building while the shots were still being fired and confronted the suspect.
And the suspect then took his own life?
Yes.
Today we're learning more about the victims, who range in age from their late 20s to mid-60s. Many of them left behind grieving families who are still trying to cope with this tragic loss. Investigators say it may be some time, if at all, before they determine a motive. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News.
And this morning, the VTA held a press conference remembering the employees who lost their lives and supporting those who have been affected by this tragedy. All 9 victims have been identified. Now, the Santa Clara Sheriff says 39 shots were fired, according to their investigation. Now to an issue we follow very closely at 17 News, Kern's sober reality. A woman is arrested after police say she drove drunk and hit a pedestrian. Bakersfield police say it happened on Union Avenue near 18th Street around 4:30 this morning. The man she's accused of hitting with her car was taken to the hospital with moderate injuries. The woman was arrested for driving under the influence. Police say their investigation is ongoing and they'll release new details as they become available. And police in California City say a man crashed into one of their patrol cars while driving under the influence. This happened Tuesday night near Noriella Road in California City. Police say the officer had a suspect in the back of the patrol car when a drunk driver slammed into his patrol car head-on. Police arrested 27-year-old Stephen Johnson for the DUI crash. The police officer and the suspect he was transporting were both taken to the hospital to be checked out and are expected to be okay. Meantime, a candlelit vigil is scheduled for tonight for a 21-year-old woman found dead in Ridgecrest last Tuesday. Investigators say Catherine Dawn Pham died from traumatic injuries, but did not release further details. 20-year-old Daniel Gunnarsson is charged with her murder. The vigil is set for 7:30 p.m. at Petroglyph Park in Ridgecrest. Now in your 17 Crime Watch, jury deliberations are underway in the trial of a Bakersfield man accused of killing 3 people more than a decade ago. Prosecutors say Tocumbo Okuwoga brutally beat a man during an attempted robbery in 2009, then killed 3 people a year later to eliminate witnesses he believed would testify against him. The defense argues Okuwoga is guilty of attempted robbery, but was not the man who killed the other people involved, and that witness testimony supports that argument. The jury began deliberations on Wednesday. If convicted, Okuwoga faces life without the possibility of parole. Well, did you feel a shake this morning? An earthquake with a magnitude of 3.1 struck near Rosedale around 7:30 this morning. That's according to the U.S. Geological Survey. That quake hit roughly 6 miles southwest of Rosedale. Now you can download the My Shake app, which will warn you of an earthquake moments before it strikes. That way you have time to react and get to safety. And that's always such an important reminder around this time. Anytime we can expect an earthquake, and just a reminder, if an earthquake is hitting, go to safe places. You can go outside, go under a doorway. Now to the latest on the coronavirus here in Kern County. Public Health reported 74 COVID-19 cases and 1 death today. The state reports 33 people are in the hospital with more severe symptoms. 6 people are in the ICU. Well, we've heard about COVID-19 vaccine incentives recently, and now Taft residents can get their hands on a free meal for getting the shot. The Kern County Latino COVID-19 Task Force is teaming up with several organizations for a vaccine clinic today. They're offering free tacos, shaved ice, and live music. It's happening today from 2 to 5:30 p.m. at the Taft Union High School District. You can make an appointment by calling the number on our website. Also, walk-ups will be accepted. And getting your shot at CVS gets you a shot at scoring some prizes. The pharmacy chain announcing its hashtag One Step Closer sweepstakes for people who've gotten or plan to get the COVID-19 vaccine through CVS Health. Prizes include cash, cruises, and coupons, as well as trips to the Super Bowl, Bermuda, and the 2022 NCAA Final Four. Other vaccinations are also up for grabs. You can enter starting June 1st. Just log on to cvs.com and click on sweepstake details at the top of your screen.
Clínica Sierra Vista is now offering rapid COVID-19 testing and COVID-19 vaccinations. Call 833-278-4584 to make your appointment. But don't delay. Clínica Sierra Vista, putting patients first.
Well, if you need to get your children up to date on immunizations, you'll have the chance today. Adventist Health is hosting a child immunization clinic at the Vallarta Market in Arvin. It's happening until 2 p.m. Vaccinations are free. Just call ahead to schedule an appointment. That number is 869-6740. And if you missed today's clinic, don't worry. There will be other opportunities come next month. For more information, head to our website, kget.com. Well, empty shelves at the Houchin Community Blood Bank as the local blood supply remains critically low. Now, Houchin says donations were lower than normal during the worst of the COVID pandemic because of the statewide lockdown. Now, as things open up and slowly go back to normal, the blood bank says the need for blood transfusions is incredibly high, but the donations are still very low. All blood types are needed, as well as platelets and plasma. To schedule an appointment, call Houchin at 323-4222 or visit their website at hcbb.org. Well, we're just days away from Memorial Day, a time to honor our military heroes killed in the line of duty. And the Tehachapi American Legion wants to remember our fallen heroes. The Tehachapi Memorial Day Parade is set to begin at 10 a.m. Monday, May 31st. The parade route is on F Street in downtown, beginning at Mulberry Street and ending at Central Park. Then at 11, there will be a flag-raising ceremony at Central Park. And the Greenlaw Funeral Home is also hosting a ceremony this Memorial Day to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice. Color Guard members from the Sons of American Revolution and Bakersfield High School will perform military honors, and Greenlaw will unveil their newest cremation garden, the Court of Honor. Several Kern County representatives will also join in the ceremony. The tribute will begin at 11 a.m. and feature light refreshments. And officers are warning they will be out in full force this holiday weekend looking for intoxicated drivers. Extra CHP officers will be on the roads from tomorrow through Memorial Day. Officers will be watching for impaired and distracted drivers and those who aren't wearing their seatbelts. According to CHP, nearly 80% of people killed in crashes last Memorial Day weekend were not wearing their seatbelt. Happening tonight, Art After Dark returns. The Bakersfield Museum of Art is kicking off its after-hours art experience for its 6th year. You can expect live music, community art projects, performances, and more. Tickets are $5 per person and free to members and students who present their IDs. It's happening from 6 to 9 p.m. The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.